just when you thought that Donald didn't go far enough. Donald Trump hates Muslims. So last week on the show, which is ironic, right? I feel as though like I'm some sort of prophet. Because I talked about the fact that Donald Trump is really, really close to like the Third Reich and I can't ever remember the guy's name. Oh, I watched a documentary about him. Globals. America, I'm tongue twisted tonight. Hitler's propaganda guy. But then, just when you thought it couldn't get bad enough, Donald Trump, after sort of having, losing first, like not being number one in the polls in Iowa, is calling for he sent out a statement basically calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what's going on. So he released in a press release. Yes, indeed, America, it's true. Donald Trump, in a nutshell, basically says he wants to stop all Muslims from coming into the country, citizen or no citizen, visa or no visa. He's going to stop them all. And as I thought about it, and I just said to him, how could you be for the Constitution and for our Constitution? And this is the problem for me, right? With all these Trump supporters and all the people who run around talking about religious liberty, because you guys listen. These are people who vomit on my Twitter account. They vomit on my Twitter account. This is about liberty. Where's our religious liberty? I guess that religious liberty only applies if you happen to be Christian or evangelical. If you're not evangelical, if you're Muslim, you don't get religious liberty anymore. You are now an enemy of the state. But, folks, America, real talk, can we just end the hypocrisy that continues to exist? I just feel as though conservatives are very hypocritical for a lot of reasons. They walk around talking about the Constitution and talking about what the Constitution stands for, but they basically crap on a whole ethnic group of people, which is adamantly everything our Constitution isn't. Our Constitution was never intended to prop up, right, state-sanctioned discrimination. It was never intended to do that. It's done it. It did it to African Americans. It put Japanese folks in internment camps. And now, in 2015, when you thought life was supposed to get better and we were supposed to become a more diverse society, you have this group, right, that is sort of run by Donald Trump and his crazy allies that is now basically the far right fringe who say we don't want any Muslims. Now, and here's the thing. Now, let's be very real about this, folks. This is bigger than just Donald Trump. There's a lot of people. Donald Trump says what a lot of people are thinking, but they're too ashamed to say it because they think it's going to make them seem like they're racist or xenophobic. Well, here's the tea. You are racist and xenophobic if you feel that way. You are. I'm sorry to admit it to you. You are. Right? And don't get me wrong. I think what happened in San Bernardino was awful, but it mirrors in comparison to the last time terrorists have struck this country. Right? And I know I'm not comparing terrorist attacks, but our nation in the past, 16 years has gotten so much safer. 14 years, has gotten so much safer. Right? When the terrorist attack in 2001, 3,000 Americans lost their lives. In San Bernardino, 14 people lost their lives. And yes, 14 lives lost is horrible. But we have to work on containing and destroying ISIS. That is true. We have to work on eliminating terrorism. That is also true. But banning all Muslims coming into the United States is not only wrong, it's downright xenophobic, it's racist, and it's against everything we stand for as Americans. Everything. Every single thing that we stand, when you put your liberty and justice for all, is what our Pledge of Allegiance says. Not for a chosen few, not for Christian evangelicals, not for white men, not for white women, not only for black people. Liberty, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And that is the part of this campaign that disgusts me by Donald Trump. This is what disgusts me about him. Because he doesn't believe in our Pledge of Allegiance. He doesn't believe in it. What he is doing is inciting and stoking people to basically go out and hate Muslims and do crazy things to Muslims. Very similar to what we saw with, I hate to say it, America, I hate to make the comparison, Adolf Hitler or Mussolini. Rose to power with crazy rhetoric, this ridiculous language, and they use that to stoke fears and turn fears into hatred and hatred into violence. We're right back after this break.